Let's talk today about introductions. Introductions cause a lot of stress because it's the beginning of the essay. So as students sit down to write them, they feel that stress, which can shut off our ability to write sometimes. So I want you to start looking at introductions as just a process that we can learn, and also to accept that essays should be done in stages. We're writing the introduction as a rough draft, and we're realizing that that rough draft could be messy. Sort of like if you're an artist and you want to make a painting, likely you're going to sketch something out in the planning process or in the first stages that looks kind of messy. Or if you're making a sculpture, that first attempt, the first touch of the clay is going to look messy. But if we keep at it, it looks beautiful. Same thing with this writing process. The introduction might look messy at first. Let that happen. It's part of the process. Take a break, go back, and work on editing to make it look beautiful. So let's use this process. For me, I prefer students don't try for a hook in that first sentence. Academic writing doesn't need to be exciting. We just need to lay out what our topic is about. If your professor feels differently, that's something you need to be aware of. For me, I want you to start out with a general background introduction to your topic. So give me that general background information, then get it a little more specific, and then end your introduction in your thesis, which is the main idea of your essay. We'll have more videos soon about what a thesis is and how to write it. I like to ask for the Dorito method. That's where you start out broad and you end very specific. So, general statement, I know this says to grab your reader's attention. For me, ignore that and just introduce the topic. Then get more specific about your topic and then have your thesis. Keep in mind that your introduction, like all paragraphs, should be at least 4 sentences long. Here are some examples. I ask for a nature narrative typically for the first essay in E&C 1101, or Freshman Comp 1. Now, these labels, introduction and thesis, are only here so that you can see what they are. If you were to submit an introduction, you wouldn't have these labels typically. It would just be a paragraph formed together. You've got your 3 sentences, the first one of which starts out very broad, letting you know this is going to be childhood memory. The thesis is very specific and is going to be the main idea of the essay. That's the last sentence. Now, because it's a narrative, it is in first person. It has me and I, and the others will not. So we have a rhetorical analysis essay. Introduction is going to start out the same way, starts out broad, ends in a very specific thesis. Rhetorical analysis, we have a video on that as well, is comparing 2 essays to see which one has a stronger argument. And here's the final example of an argumentative essay.